Welcome back to Matty Ice Reviews, guys. And today we are going on to part 2 of our little bug out bag. See, I took the stickers off. Man, those things were terrible to get off. There's some more items that I want to put in this box before I'm going to feel it's closer to completion. I went to the Dollar Tree and found a ton of great stuff there. First off, I got 2 carabiner clips. Very useful things. These ones are nothing special. It's just these are little, these are like 2-inch ones, and they had silver and blue. They're just basic carabiners. These aren't going to hold a ton of weight. I don't even see a rating on here, actually, for what they hold. So these are just for basic attachments. You're not going to use these for rock climbing or anything. Oh, look at that. This one's like, wow. Well, we're not going to include that one. Maybe we shouldn't have gone to the Dollar Tree. This one's broken. Okay, this one works perfectly. So my plan was to put one in the kit and one on this little tab at the top so we could hang it on something. So I'm going to stick this one right on the top. There's our carabiner clip. Next, we've got some basic chapstick. Now, this is not any kind of chapstick. This is called Chappies. It's a moisturizer and skin protectant. I purposely found one that said SPF 15 because I figured if you're outside, you want something that's actually going to give you some protection from the sun. I'm going to include one of these sticks in here. I don't think we need 2. Next, I found this tiny little non-replaceable battery flashlight. I thought this looked very cool. I picked it because it's got a pull tab in it. It wasn't like one of those ones that the kids have been playing with at the store or everyone's clicking it on and off and you don't know how long the batteries are going to last. These ones have these little pull tabs. The batteries aren't activated until you actually pull that out. And then I saw that it had a little carabiner clip, so I was like, that's great. This thing's not going to be very bright, but I think in an emergency situation, it might be better than nothing. There you go. It's got a little tiny little wire ring on it and a little carabiner clip. So this will tuck in very nicely in this kit. You can set it right on top. It's very compact. After that, so you want some type of bandaging material in here in case you ever have any cuts or, abrasions. I found gauze at this dollar store. And what I liked was these are actually sealed ones. It's not loose gauze. A lot of the packages I saw are loose gauze. I think if we include like 3 or 4 packages of gauze in here, that should be enough for an emergency situation. In that same vein though, they also had cloth tape. This is usually used in conjunction with gauze. Now they had a waterproof one, and then they had this basic paper tape, this paper cloth. This is, I thought was a little bit better. It's not quite as sticky, but this is kind of what you want. You don't want to take out the skin, you just want it to hold the bandage in place. So we're just going to include that in the kit with the gauze. All right, next, I found this nice little sewing kit. Now this sewing kit, only $1, and sewing kits have a lot of use. We've got the little baby scissors. Now these scissors can be used to cut gauze, cloth tape, anything thin. It might even cut the Gorilla Tape, I guess, if you worked at it enough. I figured scissors were a nice thing to include if you didn't want to use your knife. It does come with a little ruler, and then we've got a little thimble. Look at this thing. This thing is, who is this made for? Like a 2-year-old? This won't even go on the tip of my finger. I guess it's better than nothing. And then it comes with a whole bunch of thread. 6 colors of thread. I got white, gray, red, black, blue, and green. This is a little box of safety pins and buttons. Safety pins definitely useful. I guess buttons might be as well. Got this thing, whatever this is, this little silver medallion thing that's got an Indian on it. I don't know what that's about. Needles. Needles, very important. You can use these to repair clothes, or maybe if you had a tent, you had to stitch it together, this would work. Also, if you were desperate, you could use, I guess, thread and needle to close a wound. That would be excruciatingly painful, and I would not recommend it unless you were desperate. Next, we've got some prep wipes. These are not like alcohol ones for cleaning wounds. These are for cleaning like electronics and glasses. Always a nice thing to have on hand. And a little bit of foil. This is like a 14 inches of foil. So it's going to serve a couple of purposes. You could use this to set things on. You can use this, I guess, in an emergency to kind of like signal someone. Or you could even cook on it, potentially. We are going to put this foil to use though. I'm not just going to wrap it up and do a little square and stuff it in this case. I'm going to use it to hold a couple more items that I want to include in here. Some basic bandages. Since we have gauze in our cloth tape, I'm not including a ton of them. I've got 2 butterfly sutures here and 2 regular band-aids, just for quick use when gauze isn't appropriate. Next, we've got some first aid antibiotic ointment. This is just 2 little packets, so we will put this in here. Keep in mind though, this stuff does not last forever. This stuff right here, for example, expires in 2022, so we will have to replace this eventually if we want it to be at its full effectiveness. Alcohol prep wipes for cleaning cuts and abrasions. Next, toothpicks. Who doesn't have toothpicks? Toothpicks can be used for a lot of things. I figured it'd be a nice kind of like comfort thing to have in here. Now, toothpicks could potentially foil our foil. So I figured, you know what, I'm gonna get like 5 or 6 of these out of here, because you could use these to even, I guess, like light a little fire or something. So what you can do with toothpicks, you get a piece of tape, just regular Scotch tape, and stick the toothpicks to them. And that keeps them in one place so they don't roam all around. And then when you need them, you just unroll it and you pull off the toothpick. Here's what it'll look like. You got your 6 toothpicks, then you just keep rolling out some tape and then you fold it over. So there's our little pack of toothpicks, all nice and neat. This is a nice low-cost thing that I have around home that I can just throw in here. Got a couple little items in there, but I think we can add a couple more things. Let's add cotton balls, and they can be used for cleaning cuts, lighting fires. We've got 6 little cotton balls. These don't necessarily have to go in here, but you can stack them in the foil if you want to, or you can leave them in the kit. I figured I'd put them in the foil so we didn't get fiber all over everything. After that's done, what do you do with the foil? You wrap it up. So I'm just gonna fold over my foil, like so. I just rolled it up that way. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just try and be careful. We don't want to pierce anything, so if something comes sliding out, just be careful not to push too tightly. And then I'm just rolling the ends up basically. There we go. We have a nice little compact foil container with our little medical supplies. One thing I want to add in, these are little paper clips. Paper clips you can use for a lot of things, like reach into a little tiny crevice and clear something out. You might want to attach 2 things together. They are little, pieces of metal, so they're useful. So another little thing that we're going to tuck into our little kit right here. Okay, and last thing that I found at the Dollar Tree, this is a little pocket mirror. This would be perfect for hanging it. So if you were out camping and you needed a mirror, or you just want a quick mirror to look at yourself, these will also allow you to see your face. If you have a cut or abrasion on your face, or say you get stung by a bee or something and you want to look at it and there's no one else around, you can actually use this to look. Additionally, this is a shiny surface. You can use this to signal an airplane or something, or you see a group off in the distance. You can use this mirror and hold onto this little handle and kind of rotate it to signal them that you need help, that you're in distress. This was $1, so I figured it was a good bargain thing to throw in here. Okay, there you go, guys. We've got our kit. It closes. It's still maintaining its seal, so it's still waterproof. I think we will make a part 3 because there's just a few more things that I think would really help this kit. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this update to our bug out kit. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them below. Leave a like or feel free to share the video. And that's going to do it for this one. We'll catch you next time. Have a good night.